Roxanne in Emerald Kaizo is a big barrier to entry for nuzlocking. Her team is super strong and frankly too overpowering for this early on in the game. For example, Nosepass can get you paralyzed and then outspeed and kill you with self-destruct. The Citrus Berry also means that it's incredibly hard to 2-hit KO. Lunatone also has a deadly combination of Rock Slide and Confusion. Its high base stat total means you usually have to risk a crit against it. So you can imagine how difficult it was for 4 YouTubers with very little nuzlocking experience to try and beat her. Me and Captain Kid challenged Jaded Animations, Yaki, Luigi the God, and Failboat to race against each other from the start of the game, and whoever beat Roxanne first was champion. We let them pick what encounters they can have on a route, but with a level cap of 16 still in place. Additionally, if a Pokemon died, it didn't count. Can these new players find the pieces they need to take out one of the hardest Emerald Kaizo fights? Let's find out. And if you like this video, consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. In terms of the Roxanne fight, there is a clear choice for which starter people think is best, Trico, but it's a little more complicated as each can fill different roles. Combuskin can use Seismic Toss on the lead Nosepass to do around 40%, and since you're faster, the AI will always use Thunder Wave. With a Cherry Berry, you can then outspeed and kill a double kick the following turn. Without Combuskin, the Nosepass can be pretty tough. You need to find a Pokemon that can do less than half with one hit, and then more than half with the next hit, as Citrus Berry brings it up to full. The best example of this is using Water Gun into Bubble Beam with Almanite. Additionally, Combuskin baits out Anorith, which Combuskin can sometimes beat, but you want to save it for the very threatening Leap, where Double Kick can do massive damage. This is the starter that Jaded Animations took in our race. This is the only starter, however, that isn't great into Lunatone, the biggest threat, and she'll have to find something to take that on. Failboat and Luigi chose Mudkip, an uncommon starter choice that people consider to be the worst. It is pretty useful on Roxanne, however. People who don't choose Combuskin have a lot harder time with Leap. The most common strat is to toxic it with something like Weepinbell or Gloom. You can then pivot with Marshtomp as it resists both Ancient Power and Sludge Bomb, and you can make Giga Drain back into your Grass Poison types. This isn't completely unique to Marshtomp, as some Pokemon can pivot as well, but it does help. Additionally, Marshtomp can beat Lunatone with a bit of luck. Essentially, you can go into it on a Rock Slide and 3-hit KO it with Water Gun as you get put into Torrent. This does require a bit of luck, usually needing no crits and a Hypnosis Miss, or for it to just not click it, however. Sometimes this is what you need to rely on for Lunatone, however. It's just that threatening. Trico is considered the best for Roxanne because it deals with Lunatone the best. You 2-hit KO with Bullet Seed and outspeed. Sometimes you need to dodge a crit or double Hypnosis, depending on if you need to switch Grovyle into it. But it's the best option you have because Grovyle has the rare advantage of outspeeding. Grovyle can also one-shot Relicanth, and this is the starter that our last competitor Yaki chose. Overall, there were 10 other encounters available for them to get, and it would come down to how they were able to fill the holes of their teams for Roxanne. But remember, these are players who have never played Emerald Kaizo before, so it's hard to judge what exactly they needed to craft a winning team. Route 103 has very few Pokemon that are actually good for Roxanne. Sunkern, which always holds a Sunstone, Poliwag, and Remoraid being the best. Jaded Animations took Sunkern, the best one and the only Pokemon in the game with a reliable setup and growth. The best way to use this on Roxanne is setting up growths on Shuckle so you can one-shot Lunatone or Relicanth. However, with Switch AI, Sunflora baits out Leap and Anorith beforehand, so it does require a bit of planning. Getting poison from Shuckle can also be good as it means you can't get Hypnosis from Lunatone. Overall, this paired really well with Combuskin. Luigi took Flaffy, which isn't great. Its best move is Thundershock, but it could still beat Relicanth and it could paralyze a Leap. Yaki and Failboat decided to fish on 103, getting Tentacle and Remoraid, the latter of which is really good as Remoraid has great special attack. This can beat Nosepass as we talked about earlier. Tentacle unfortunately doesn't get good moves and is stuck with a 40 base power Water Gun. In Odell Town, you can get a Fire type. Most of these don't do much on Roxanne, but Slugma, the encounter that Failboat chose, actually evolves at level 16 and is really strong. After you burn the Leap, it will click Giga Drain on you, so you can recover to stall it out from burn. Yaki chose Charmander, which does get Metal Claw, but it doesn't do all that much. Luigi and Jaden unfortunately weren't able to get a no-deal encounter. I don't blame them as much of the grass is tucked away in the corner, but it would have been helpful. On Route 102, Yaki and Jaden picked up Barboach, a Pokemon that's okay into Nosepass, Shuckle, or Anorith, and you could do some Toxic Stall pivoting on Leap. Failboat took Ralts, who doesn't have enough base stats to be great, but it does have Magical Leaf for Relicanth. Luigi took Gulpin, who can do some work on the Leap and Shuckle. In Petalburg City, the most common Pokemon to get is Meryl. This is the most common Shuckle counter, as charming it so rollout doesn't kill you goes a long way. It can also do some damage into Lunatone. However, Luigi was the only one to pick this. The rest took Totodile, Corphish, and Krabby. All these Pokemon are alright and can do some good damage, especially into Lunatone. Krabby and Corphish also being pretty good into Anorith. Route 104 is where everyone usually gets Magikarp, but in this challenge where you only need to beat Roxanne, obviously you don't need it. Yaki chose the not so useful Natu, and Luigi and Jaden picked Seedot, who does evolve before Roxanne. Nuzleaf has pretty good typing and can handle the Relicanth and Lunatone to a degree. Then Failboat on his first encounter found the 1% Drowsy. Drowsy has pretty good stats for this point in the game and can deal good damage into a variety of Roxanne's team. The Petalburg Woods encounter was when a lot of the teams got a lot better. Failboat and Jaden picked up Oddish, which does evolve before the first gym. This can deal with a leap as they get toxic. It could also stall out Shuckle and kill Relicanth. Luigi gets Bellsprout, which can also evolve and it gets toxic. Really good pickups. Then Yaki chose Teddiursa and gave it an interesting nickname. It does get guts, but overall it's pretty bad. Rustbros City also has some amazing Pokemon as grass types tend to do very well. Surprisingly, Failboat, Luigi, and Jaden all took Shroomish. Mudslap stops Shuckle from stacking up rollouts, and it pairs well with Jaden's Growth Sunflora, for example. It's also okay for Lunatone and Relicanth. One of the most important encounters for Roxanne is what's known as the Fossil on Route 115. With the Old Rod, you can fish up either Kabuto or Ammonite. Both these Pokemon are amazing. They can beat Nosepass, they're the best counters to Anorith, and they can pivot on the leap. But nobody decided to fish here. Again, these are new players, so I'll give them a pass, but without a Fossil, the Roxanne teams got a lot worse. With that, everyone had their encounters, and after struggling through some Roxanne trainers, each had a chance to take on Roxanne. Luigi got there first. Looking from his box, he didn't have a great lead for Nosepass. His Nuzleaf also overleveled, so he decided to go back and catch a Nidoran instead. The best thing for Nosepass might have been using Force Palm and a Vital Throw with Makuhita, but that risked paralysis and a range. For Laleep, his best bet was either Toxicking with Weepinbell and pivoting with Marshtomp, though his Lunatone answers were running low, and he probably needed some HP on Marshtomp. Alternatively, Nidorina could have done some good damage with Double Kick, but I'm not sure it would have been enough. Anorith was also a problem that could have been solved with something like Marshtomp. One asset he did have over the competitors was Marill though. With Charm he can neutralize Shuckle and Anorith. However, Luigi forgot Charm on Marill, probably not seeing the value of it. Being too reliant on Marshtomp and not having enough tools for Leap, Lunatone, and Anorith made his chances pretty slim. With Luigi's first Roxanne attempt, he led with Marshtomp that traded Sizotosses and Water Guns to kill Nosepass, but Leap proved to be very tough, killing Marshtomp and Makuhita. His team was then too weak for Lunatone. He tried again with the same lead, but this time using Nidorina for Laleep. It did get an Omni Boost Ranger Power, which made him die. Luigi instead decided to catch Cubone, giving him a better lead against Nosepass. He was able to trade Cubone for Nosepass, but Laleep again proved to be too powerful. He had one Roxanne attempt where 2 Hypnosis misses in a row let Weepinbell take out Lunatone. However, Anorith and Laleep were just too much. He runs into the problem of needing to rely on Marshtomp and Weepinbell too much. If he beats Anorith with Marshtomp, he won't have enough health for Lunatone. If he uses Weepinbell for Laleep, he might not be healthy enough for Relicanth or Shuckle. The lack of good Pokemon on his team put him in a bind. Next we can look at Yaki and her attempts at Roxanne. This time Lunatone wasn't as big of an issue because of Grovyle. The real issue was Laleep. She didn't have any Pokemon that could really take it on. It had super effective coverage into everything but Teddiursa and Tentacool, both of which didn't do enough meaningful damage. She relied on the creative strat of using Smokescreen and Metal Claw from Charmeleon, hoping for Seismic Toss and even Self-Destruct misses. She occasionally did get past the Nosepass and even the Lunatone, but Laleep always overpowered her. Not having a solid Leap counter made her chances pretty slim. Jaden's team had a huge weapon, Sunflora. If set up right, it could kill at least 3 Pokemon. However, knowing what you bait in and having the foresight to use Sunflora after Anorith and Laleep is a pretty advanced strategy that is just too hard for new players to figure out. She also wasn't able to utilize Combuskin for a lead, which would have helped her tremendously for Nosepass and Laleep. Instead, she decided to set up Sunflora on the lead. The problem with this is that you risk getting paralyzed and exploded on by the Nosepass. Sunflora was the best mod for Relicanth and Lunatone, so getting crippled from the lead was too much. Additionally, Sunflora Flora-based Leap and Anorith beforehand. She actually got pretty close on her first attempt with Krabby being the Anorith, but didn't have enough resources for Relicanth. She tried again, this time lead with Nuzleaf. She went some Flora as the Leap came out, but this time swapped to Gloom to Toxic Stall, but the Leap got an Omni boost and swept her team. But she was getting really close. It was taking a while to get through the Leap. A Toxic from Gloom and pivoting between Barboach to bait Giga Drain could have handled it, but she was also able to beat it with the Mudslap from Shroomish. The accuracy drops allowed Sephora to set up with Growth. The problem was still that Anorith came out next. She has to find a way to beat the Leap and Anorith, then Sunflora can sweep. She was getting awfully close, but she was also simultaneously competing against Failboat. He had Marshtomp as we talked about, which can deal with a variety of Pokemon. Remoraid was also a very good lead in Nose Pass and hit hard. Magcargo was also one of the best Leap counters. However, this turned a potential Magcargo into a deadweight Slugma, which was rather unfortunate. His team was still okay outside of that though. Corphish had a decent matchup into Anorith, and Gloom, Shroomish, and Drowsy were good Pokemon as well. The biggest problem again for Failboat was Lunatone. Marshtomp could sometimes beat it, but none of the players picked up Chestoberries from the Old Woman NPC on Route 104, meaning it turned Marshtomp into a potential counter into one that could rarely beat it. He started off with leading Gloom against Nosepass, but with Slugma and Ralts not being very useful, it proved to be a big sacrifice to trade it. A better lead he came up with was Yanni with Slugma, getting some damage with Marshtomp and sacking Slugma. Gloom was sent out against Lunatone, and with a Hypnosis miss he was able to kill with Corphish. The damage on Gloom, however, meant that he didn't have enough to get through the leap. Failboat then started trying out Drowsy lead, which did help his team overall. Hypnosis meant that he could beat Nosepass with relatively good HP. He was able to kill Anorith with Marshtomp, and he was able to beat the leap with Gloom. With only 3 Pokemon left, he sacked Ralts, but his Marshtomp was a bit too low for Anorith. If he is just able to use a low valuable Mon for Nosepass, use Gloom for the leap, and use Remoraid for Anorith to have enough resources, including a full HP Marshtomp for Lunatone, he could win. Each of our competitors were calm, collected, and focused as they raced to the finish.
Oh my god! Let me out of this fight! Are you fighting up there?
I had the perfect strategy. It was gonna live, but it poisoned me, and then I died.
Dude, I can't get out of this! I'm being stun-locked by Laleep. I can't get out of the fight.
Bro, you need to move. You need to move.
Come on.
You can be paralyzed for the rest of your life. You need to move now.
Oh my god! How much usage does Recover have?
It's confused. Oh my god, it's confused!
Do
oh my
it,
god,
do
oh
it,
my god!
win,
No!
No! Now, I need you to not crit me. If
And
you
the
crit
attack.
Me, if they crit me right now, I'm gonna scream.
It doesn't
Crit
matter, you were
me.
on low HP other.
Ah!
I literally cannot take it
You
anymore.
missed twice? Doesn't that suck? Okay,
Oh,
okay, okay.
The crit, you might be
Oh my
our
god,
savior.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I want to save state
Oh
right
my
here.
God.
Good. Good.
Metal Claw, Metal Claw,
Oh, I'm getting
Metal Claw,
nervous. I'm
Metal
getting
Claw.
nervous. I'm getting nervous.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, we haven't been paying attention to Failboat. Failboat is kind of cleaning up here. Yaki is still trying this Charmeleon lead into Nosepass. The Shuckle goes down, and the
Shuckle
Gloom is
down.
alive. Wait,
One left.
Failboat's on the left, and it's Relicanth.
Failboat's on! Oh, it's only Relicanth!
Wait.
Okay.
No, he doesn't have speed. Hold on.
Wait.
Does he have anything in the back?
Oh my gosh, he's got
so much. Oh, I don't think Ralts can do anything. Yep, get that safe state in.
Roxanne would be big, okay?
Oh,
Lives?
wait.
Does he get off?
He got
does.
it.
Okay.
Okay, I got Relicanth asleep.
Huge, huge.
Oh, okay. I like it, honestly.
Nice play,
I
nice
like
play.
it.
I love Roxanne here.
Yep. I think that's important.
Now everything else in the back outspeeds.
Because if you chip this just enough to where it's in range to where Ralts can just come in and revenge kill.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
now,
even-
Ralts has Magical Leaf and outspeeds.
Yeah.
And also Remoraid outspeeds now.
Right.
This is it.
Oh, this is it. The mud shot. This is probably gonna proc Citrus Berry. Okay, he's playing.
Wait, he went for tackle.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay, don't care about that tackle. Bro, he missed with his tackle. Come on.
No way.
Wait, this thing has still a Citrus Berry. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think
Wait
he's
a minute,
trying to
this
make
is-
it to where it's in range for him to kill. Oh no.
No, just Bubble Beam.
Just Bubble
Please,
Beam.
please just no.
No!
Wait, that's
No!
perfect! That's
Wait,
perfect!
wait, that HP is perfect!
That's-
It's not in Citrus Berry range. Wait. Oh no. I got
Wait, the
confused.
confusion! Oh my god! No!
Oh, it's gone!
No, that's a citrus berry! Oh no! Oh my god. It's just a race to the finish. Oh my god.
Oh,
wait,
you woke up.
wait.
Okay. Is that range?
Oh.
It's tapped out.
Oh my
he
god,
lived.
it lived! He's gonna do it. That's it. That's it. There's no
Oh my
way it
gosh.
doesn't kill from there.
I think that's in range
There's
of magical
no way.
leaf.
This is it. Failboat's gonna do it. With
Here we go.
With the Ralts. We trashed on Ralts the whole time. And as long as he
The
doesn't
Dark
misclick, it's
Horse.
over. It's over. Failboat's done it.
Times 4 damage! Magical leaf! Let's go! Let's go!
Free!
Let's go!
We are fucking free!
I'm done!
It's over.
He is defeated. Roxanne.
Against all odds.
Against
Ralts
all
comes
odds,
through.
we have a winner.
Finally, Failboat found the right RNG and the right strats to finally beat Roxanne. I'm sure we all had our struggles and defeats at the hands of trainers, but I'm proud of all these guys for trying such a hard game. If you want to see everything that led up to the Roxanne fight and more of the best moments from the competition, you can check out Captain Kid's video. It'll be the top link in the description below. And if you want to see my attempts at a hardcore nuzlocke of Emerald Kaizo without losing a single Pokemon, you can follow me on Twitch from the link in the description. Thanks so much everyone for watching. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and have a great day.